Hi, everybody. That was Donna, the dog, and her buddy, let's call him Brutus, on the laptop. I hope you got the message. And I hope you can hear me. I know, how cute was that, right? Kelly Lynn Nutt put that together. Donna is her doggin. So hi, welcome to Kitchen COVID concert number 10 million and a half, because we ain't going nowhere fast. And this is called Questions, Requests, and a General Hang. So it's going to be a little loosey-goosey today, but I'd like to start it out with a song called Keep the River on Your Right, because what else can you do, right? What else can you do? So here we go. You build me up to tear me down. You throw me in the fire. You twist the things I say around. You paint me as a liar. Sometimes I don't know just what I'm doing. I can see exactly what I've done. I have made my peace with my reflection. Nothing you could do, nothing you could say would make me run. Wow. So you keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never let him look you in the eye. You keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never let him see you cry. I tell you, take it like a man. The pain will make you stronger. Yeah, but this is not the path I planned. And the road keeps getting longer. It's a journey started out with good intentions. You never think your life will come undone. No one ever took the time to mention trouble always finds you. Trouble always finds you when you're wrong. Yeah, so you keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never let him look you in the eye. You keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never ever let him see you cry. Even on the high road, devil's at your back. Anyone can tell you that the journey always starts with good intentions. You never think that your life will come undone. And everybody's looking for redemption. There are many rules to live by. Me, I'm only thinking of this one. So you keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never let him look you in the eye. You keep the river on your right, keep walking. Never ever let him see you cry. You keep the river on your right and keep on walking, keep on walking. Never let him look you in the eye. You keep the river on your right and keep on walking, keep on walking. Never ever let him see you cry. Keep walking, keep walking. Thank you so much. Well, it's been an interesting week. First of all, I went to the dentist today. That was a good thing. It's been, long enough. But it's freaky and scary because it's the dentist. And there's a lot of stuff goes on in there that could get into your mouth. And so you worry about the mask and the aerosols and the whatevers. But they took my temperature and I had to answer the COVID questions. And I think she did a great job considering, And they didn't shame me about how much coffee and red wine I drink. So that's always nice that my dentist is kind about my excesses. Because what else is there really? The other thing that happened this week was that Instagram and Facebook got mad at me because I said, what the hell? And I was banned for a minute because I said, what the hell? And that just was not good enough language or grammar, they said. And I'm not sure what was wrong with the grammar. The grammar was just fine. I said, what the hell? And then I discovered, as you may have seen on my Facebook post, that song, He's the Greatest Dancer, that I always thought was, I wonder why he's the greatest dancer. It's, oh, what? Wow. And I just think that's remarkable. And I'm still chewing on that. Oh, what? Wow. He's the greatest dancer. Oh, what? Wow. So those are 3 things I needed to say right off the bat. And maybe we'll take a question right away that I've collected some of your questions that you've been sending in over the week. And I would like to answer Deb Briggs's first. It's question number 1. You have to pick between 2 artists or groups. Okay, so David Bowie or Elton John? Oh, God. Elton John. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, ABBA or the Bee Gees? I'm sorry, the Bee Gees. I'm just such a Bee Gees hoe. Joni Mitchell or the Beatles? That's impossible. So sorry, Deb. I'm not choosing. I need them both. Scooby-Doo or the Flintstones? I think Scooby-Doo. Just a little more sort of plot development and mysteriousness and danger. So there we go. Question number 1. Thanks, Deb. I'm going to do a song now. There was another question that came in very late in the day, which was, who are you listening to now? And why? And so I have been listening to Taylor Swift. And that's just how it goes. And I love this song, The One. And I made a pretty lame attempt at singing it a few weeks ago. And I'm going to make another lame attempt at singing it now. So I'm listening to Taylor Swift. And I am about to listen to Kathleen Edwards, too. I know she has a new record out. And I was listening to Bjork yesterday, and that was kind of exciting. So anyway, here's my Taylor rendition. I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made. I guess you never know, never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And I it's all right now. 2, 3, 4. We were some 1, 2, 3, 4. We were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, throwing pennies in the pool. If it were to come true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. I had the dreams you doing some cool shit, having adventures on your own. You'll meet some woman on the internet and take her home. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, never know. But it's another day waking up alone. And we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, throwing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. And it would have been fun if you would have been the one. Ooh, I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. Would everything be different today? But we were something, don't you think so? Rosé flowing with your chosen family. And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none for digging up the grave another time. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. It would have been fun if you would have been the one. It would have been fun. Thank you so much. Okay. Next question. Let's see what we've got here. My question. Oh, number 3A, Stephanie, my assistant, Stephanie. Would you be able to show us techniques for singing from the diaphragm? And my request is your song, Careful What You Wish For. So the only thing I can tell you about diaphragm is me. Try to maybe like expand. I don't know. The answer is I'm not really sure. Take a big breath and try and expand this rib cage, especially in the back, because that gets ignored half the time. And so if you're going for a high note, make sure you have enough of this expanded back here so that you can just go, wow, if you need to. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what to tell you, except for try to stretch before you start singing. We were talking about this yesterday in my master class, my performance class. Stretch, try to be limber and in your body and grounded. Ideally, well, I can't wear high heels because that's just really uncomfortable. So be grounded, wear boots and comfortable shoes. And also this, I know you didn't ask this, Jonathan, but wear clothes that you won't be worried about the whole time, like gapping or like a boob falling out, or when you're sitting at the piano, you want to make sure that your shirt will cover any potential for plumber butt. You just don't want plumber butt. And often they will set up a stage so that the piano, so that they can see your burning solos, is your back is kind of to the audience so that they can see your hands, which is so silly for me. But so you want to make sure that you don't show the audience your butt crack. Okay, so now that we have that settled, Jonathan, I did want to talk about this very cool thing about Careful What You Wish For, which is very hard for me to pull off alone. So I wanted to tell you the story about it because a bunch of you wanted to hear that song. So I wanted to play you the very original demo of Careful What You Wish For. It's a really interesting story. I was in LA and I was writing and co-producing with Eric Bazillion. We were working with JC Chazé, from NSYNC, who is a monster singer, just an incredible creator, writer, singer, brilliant genius musician. So we were at JC's house and Eric and JC and I were coming up with this song, and I had come in with this little intro part on my acoustic guitar. When I was a little girl, I had desires like you. One of anything, everything, all the riches. How could I help myself? I was so naive. Santa Claus, Christmas Eve. Oh. And then Eric came in with like, and JC's like, I got this. And this is kind of what happened. So I'm going to play you a little bit of JC's version, which his label dropped him before it came out. So this is a very early demo of JC.
When I was a little boy, I had desires like you. One of everything, all the riches. How could I help myself? I was so naive. Santa Claus, Christmas Eve. Oh. Careful what you wish for. Be careful what you do. Even when you whisper, someone's listening to you. Careful what you wish for. Careful what you say. Careful what you wish for, 'cause it just might come true someday. And now that I have everything, a puppet on a string. Someone's got the end and I'm unraveling. And here's the thing, I would throw it all away if I could only hear you say, baby, I'll stay.
So you get the idea, right? He was killer. He was a monster. Eric and I were like just drooling. It was so amazing. And then in that chorus, he's like, oh, I think there should be a stack of background vocals. Like, I'm just going to go throw some stuff down. So he like tripled 4 different parts in like 10 minutes. And he had that whole stack of vocals on the chorus. Well, the rest is a little bit of history. He got dropped from his label before his record could come out. And I'm like, well, I really love that song. So I'm going to put it on my record. Are you cool with that? So a lot of the elements that ended up on my record were stuff that Eric and I brought to the JC sessions, including JC in his studio. He had this Post-it note on his Pro Tools rig. He had a Post-it note that said, "No slap bass." So of course, when Eric played the bass on the second verse, he had to add a bing in the middle of the second verse. You can listen back for it. It's still there. Anyway, that's the story of Careful What You Wish For. And I wish that I could pull it off solo. If I sort of practice for another year, maybe I can figure out how to bring it, all of that epicness and gravitas somehow with a little acoustic guitar. But I think it won't happen today. But I would like to play you a little of my version, if I can figure this out. Here we go. And I'm going to bring it up kind of in the middle.
I was a little girl.
So it turned out a little different. I played the guitar part again.
All the riches. How could I help myself? I was so
We beefed it up a little bit. And we added that spinny thing.
Careful what you wish for, careful what you do. Even when you whisper, someone's listening to you. Careful what you wish for, careful what you say, careful what you wish for, 'cause it just might come true someday. Now that I have everything,
That's JC in the background.
puppet on a string, someone's got the end and I'm unraveling. And here's the thing, I would throw it all away if I could only hear you say, baby, I'll stay, baby, I'll stay. First I wish for money.
That's Eric on the
and a
guitar.
house on a hill. I had so many friends around me, but which ones were real? Careful what you wish for, careful what you dream, 'cause no matter what
There was
you
a slap
wish
bass.
for,
Did you hear it?
it's never gonna be what you need. Now that I have everything, I'm a puppet on a string, someone's got the end and I'm unraveling. And here's the thing, I would throw it all away if I could only hear you say, baby, I'll stay, baby, I'll stay. When I was a little girl, I had desires like you, one of everything, all the riches. How could I help myself? I was so naive. Santa Claus, Christmas Eve. Oh, now that I have everything, I'm a puppet on a string, someone's got the end and I'm unraveling. And here's the thing, I would throw it all away if I could only hear you say, baby, I'll stay. 'Cause baby, you're my everything. I'm a puppet on a string.
I do think we doubled the bass, yes.
Someone's got the end and I'm unraveling.
Eric.
And here's the thing, I would throw it all away if I could only hear you say, baby, I'll stay, baby, I'll stay.
Wow. I haven't really listened all the way through for a long time. Did you catch the slap bass? That was fun. And Eric's arpeggio, gnarly, and then the voices in the second bridge, it was me sort of singing through a weird vocal shebangy thing to sound less like me, because enough of me is enough of me. And also, it's a great mix. Bob Clearmountain mixed that record. Most of my records, he's mixed. And there's just a simpatico thing that Bob Clearmountain and I have where we kind of hear things the same. And he's just such a master at placing everything in its right perspective and in the landscape that you can hear each element so clearly, and the vocal never gets stepped on. He'll mix a song and he'll listen down to the vocal first. He will just listen to the vocal soloed so that he can hear every syllable, and he's got it the way he wants it to be in his head, because he wants you want the vocal to get in your head. That's the whole point of a song, like, get me in your head. And then he'll start feeding things around that. And it's just so much fun to work on a song like that, especially that is that big, that has so much going on, and yet you hear each specific element. Super, super fun. So anyway, thank you for asking for that. And I will work on it solo, I promise. But thank you. And let's see, next question. Oh, Jessica Marie's like, careful what you wish for. And we want to see Pat. Well, I asked Pat if he would come upstairs, and he said only if there's an emergency. So I could probably, muster one up, but Pat likes to be behind the scenes. Pat is my husband. He's also my manager for a million years. And one of the other questions actually does pertain to Pat, and it might make me cry, but where is it? I think it was a Nigel question. Oh, Nigel, 5C. Yeah. Well, like 5C first is, do you put everything together yourself for the Monday concerts? Does Pat carry keyboards and guitars up and down the stairs and move furniture as well? I also imagine that he's listening, but he might be out on a walk for all I know. So to answer that question, I'm so bossy and so controlling that I don't let Pat help me carry shit up and down the stairs. So it's not for lack of trying. He's the most lovely, generous partner ever. To your answer to your question, I'll put it up again, Stephanie, will you? 5D, Nigel. Do you think he's made a difference to your ability to survive in the difficult and changing world of music and performing? Absolutely. Of course, it's going to make me cry, but he's absolutely the reason that all of this stuff happens. He's always pulling rabbits out of hats for me and for his other artists. He manages other artists too, but there's this sort of can-do thing he has that is just ever present, and he doesn't give up, and he comes up with great ideas every time and helps me be better, push harder, not repeat myself, for sure. I mean, that's been our sort of mantra since we started Bad Dog Records together in 99 after I got dropped for, I don't know, the third, fourth time from from major labels. And we decided, okay, well, we can do this. We can do this just as well as MCA and Warner Brothers, and like, screw them. So we started Bad Dog Records, and it's been incredible because each time we start a new project, we will have a very deep discussion about, like, okay, can we do this? How can we do this? Is it different enough? Is it worth doing? Where's the bar? And will you be satisfied as an artist? Because that's a thing too. Like, if you just must be Madonna, then you must be Madonna. But if you just want to keep working and make beautiful art and have a career, a long and respected career, you just do what you do, and because you have to do it. And so Pat has been so instrumental in helping me find, like, what's the next project that will make me feel satisfied as an artist, will also push me to another level. He helped figure out the whole Woody Guthrie record. He was the one who was like, nope, we're going to do this off-Broadway show. We're just going to do it. We'll figure it out. We know how to build shows. We've been touring for 25 years. We can do this. So we're going to make a show, and we're going to do it off-Broadway. And so we did. But that's a rare partner. So anyway, thanks for the question, Nigel. Oh, hi, everybody. I'm not reading the like... Oh, hi, Jonathan. Yes. And Melinda. Hi, Melinda. Your husband sounds like a wonderful man. Yes, I am very, very, very lucky. And he's probably just 20 shades of crimson in the basement, so I better stop talking about him. Another question. Oh, here's 12A, Stephanie. Let's put up 12A. Can you give us aspiring songwriters your short list of required listening and explain why? I think that the broader that you listen, probably the better. And I've been a little stuck in my ways lately and not been listening broadly, and I am regretting that. So I would say, okay, here's songs that I just go back to again and again. That Bjork song that I posted yesterday, that yoga song. It's just a masterpiece. It's a musical masterpiece. I could just pick that apart for days, and it moves me. I tend to go back to songs that move me emotionally. Pat Metheny's Off Ramp, that Lal May's stuff is just brilliant musicianship. This guy named Stromae, this Belgian dance artist, he writes mostly in French, but he writes these gorgeous dance songs, but they've got the storytelling is just beyond belief. There's one called Formidable that is heartbreaking, and it's awesome, and it's a must listen. And he had like a international hit called Papa Ute, which translated it means like Daddy, where are you? Daddy, where are you? So it's a dance song, and you're like, Ute, Papa Ute, Ute, Papa Ute, Ute, Papa Ute, 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 Papa Ute. And it's like, it's, and you're like dancing and you're having a great time. And then, but you listen to the story and it's like, where are you, Daddy? It's like a kid wondering where his father has gone. I've counted on my fingers 10,000 times and you're still not. Mama says you're just working, but like, where are you, Daddy? Where are you, Daddy? But it's a dance tune. It's like, that's killer. It's just brilliant. There's a song by Jacques Brel called La chanson des vieux amants, the song of old lovers, which is a masterpiece. You must listen to that. For the musicianship, for the composition of it, for the storytelling. Again, there's this line, it's in French, but it's a line about, I can't believe that we had to become old before we became adults. Like, we've been such children, we've been such jerks. We had to get old before we realized what was great about us. And we became adults and acknowledged that this love will persevere. What else? Chopin, the Chopin ballades. You must listen to the Chopin ballades. There's so much melody and so much gorgeousness in there. And there was one other song I wanted to talk about. Oh, well, okay. Brandi Carlile, that song, The Joke, is no joke. It's a great composition. That chorus is just killer. And I would argue, I talk about this in my songwriting classes, there's this like build of melody with lyric, like melody stakes, lyrical stakes, melody stakes, lyrical stakes, and then money. The jokes on them. Like money note, money word, money story. And I think that's at the root of great songwriting, is when you can hit all of those things that also hit an emotional groove, that also are powerfully musical, lyrically and melodically, then you've got the winning combo. So there you go. I was going to do a little dance song for you. So I will. Because it's many people that keep mentioning it. And I've been threatening for a long time, and it just... We're going to try this. For something completely different. You got a cute way of talking. You got the better of me. Just snap your fingers and I'm walking like a dog hanging on your leash. I'm in a spin, you know, shaking on a string, you know. Here we go. You make me feel like dancing. Wanna dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing. I I wanna dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing, dance the night away. Dancing, dancing, dance the night away. Feel like dancing, dancing, oh, dance the night away. I feel like dancing, woo, dancing, dance the night away. Feel like dancing, dancing, oh. 3:45 in the morning. Ain't feeling tired, no, 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 no. Just hold me tight and leave on the light, 'cause I don't wanna go home. Put a spell on me, right where you want me to be. You make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. You make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. Dancing, woo, dance the night away. I feel like dancing, woo, dance the night away. I feel like dancing, woo, dance the night away. Feel like dancing, dancing, woo. Do 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 I promise I'll practice. It's hard to read lyrics and actually play anything at the same time. I don't know how people do it. Okay. Next question. Anything I need to pay attention to on the screen, Stephanie? Are we good? Should I go on with questions? Hi, everybody. Well, I'd like to do it again, but obviously I don't have time. But thank you, Sarah. Next question is, what's the craziest thing to happen on the road? This is number 13, aptly enough. What's the craziest thing to happen on the road? Who would you love to collaborate with? How did you and Eric Bazillion find each other? And as for a request, I'm on the Love is a Battlefield bandwagon. Oh, Love is a Battlefield. That's a good one. So the craziest thing that happened on the road, well, there was this one time actually that involved Eric Bazillion and his band, The Hooters. As some of you probably know, Eric is one of the Hooters. He also wrote What If God Was One of Us and co-wrote Careful What You Wish For, Beautiful Girl, Keep the River on Your Right, and I'll Leave the Light On With Me, as well as co-writing the Joss Whedon theme song that I did a couple weeks ago, which is called What You Don't Know Won't Hurt You. Anyway, Eric is also the Hooters. So one summer, the Hooters had me open for them. They're still very, very popular in Germany. So often their summers are spent touring all over Germany. All the small towns have these beautiful festivals in the summertime. So I got to go open for the Hooters for most of a German summer. And we got to, it was fun. It was just really fun. And their guitar player, John, and I became good buddies. And there may have been some drinking on the side of the stage a couple of times. But once in particular in Leipzig, where things are a little further behind in terms of sort of the cultural style. So lots of shirtless men and long hair. And John was like, look, you've got a bra on. You've got this great green bra on. Like, no one's going to see anything. Just take the damn shirt off. And then he ripped my shirt off. So I went out for the encore with Eric. We would sing What If God Was One of Us together at the end of the show as an encore. And John ripped my shirt off. And so there I was in Leipzig in a green bra singing What If God Was One of Us. Sorry, Pat, I'm sure you didn't know about that, but I don't think there are any pictures because it was before that time. So that was one of the weirdest things that happened. And who would I love to collaborate with? Well, I love collaborating with Eric. We just have a great time together. We finish each other's sentences, and that's super exciting. Who would I like to collaborate? I'd love to do something with John Mayer. That would be fun someday to actually brainstorm on a new tune together and a production together. That would be really exciting. I know he's a fan of the song Because I Told You So, and that whole record, the 10 Cent Wings record. So we have joked a couple of times about like, well, if I ever redo that record, will you play on it? He's like, sure. So that's maybe back pocket, but that would be fun. And request Love is a Battlefield. All right, let's try this one. How's it going out there? Do you all have a tasty beverage? I sure hope so. You're begging me to stay, and you're making me go. Why do you hurt me so bad? It would help me to know, do I stand in your way? Or am I the best thing you've had? Believe me, I can't tell you no. Chained to your side, chained at it low. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. Oh, no, 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 that's so long. Both of us knowing love is a battlefield. Stand in your way or touch me deep inside. But before this gets old, would it still be the same? There's no way our love can die. But if we get much closer, I might lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you're gonna need me to hold, need me to hold. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. For so long, both of us knowing love is a battlefield. No one can tell us we're wrong. Both of us knowing we're strong. Love is a battlefield, battlefield. Thank you. I had planned to print out the lyrics before I started, and then things got a little hairy. So I fudged a few of them there. But the weird thing about pop music is that half the time you don't really know what they're saying anyway, and you make up your own story, which is probably just as good. You know, you take from music whatever it is that you need at any given time. And that's why we love what we do. Okay. Let's see. Wait, where did the first page go? Number 2. My question, what is all the rambling and secrets and lies behind, because it's hand to mouth, door to door? I know there are real words there. I've just never been able to make out what they are. That is a great question. Thank you for asking. When we were making that record, it was really fun making up the background vocals for those songs. It's a song on 10 Cent Wings called Secrets and Lies. So I had done this whole stack of background vocals on the chorus, and I was trying to sound like Elvis Costello. I wanted it to be the hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I wanted to have this like sort of gnarly nasal thing to it. So I did this stack of vocals on that bridgy part. Let's see how it goes. Hey, yeah, yeah. 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 And then the lead is going. The lead's going, 'cause his hand and mouth. Whoops. Oh no, there it is. 'Cause his hand and mouth, door to door, cradle to the grave, asking for more, asking for more. And then I do it again, because I love that bridge so much. 'Cause his hand and mouth. And then I was like, well, what if there's this other voice in there, like whispering something crazy? So I put this other voice in going, gonna get what's coming to me, gonna get what I deserve. Every day time's ticking away, every day I'm asking for more. And then it all goes together, which is my favorite thing, you know, making up multiple parts and multiple counterpoints and voices singing different lyrics against different other melodies. Every 20 seconds someone's pounding someone down. Every 30 more a liar's born. Every half an hour I get up and look around. Once or twice a day I ask for more. On a really good day there's something in the mail. Once a week I get a treat. Other times a month goes by, still I never miss a beat. Get it on the table, pass the gravy, pass the buck. Get it on the table, secrets and lies, silence, faith, and luck. Once a year the holidays come swinging at your head. Feast until you're full of pain again. Tightens in your chest just to know it's written on your face. You're staring at your lover or your friend. Get it on the table. Pass the gravy, pass the buns. Get it on the table. Secrets and lies, silence, faith, and luck. Here we go. 'Cause it's hand to mouth, door to door, cradle to the grave, asking for more, asking for more. Oh no, no, I'm gonna get what's coming to me, gonna get what I deserve. Every day time's ticking away, every day I'm asking for more, I'm asking for more. Once maybe if you're lucky you will find your sunny day. Once a lifetime, maybe twice. But even when you're dying, you're still hungry for a choice. Was chance the only certainty in life? Get it on the table. Pass the gravy, pass the butter. Get it on the table. Secrets and lies, silence, faith, and luck. Get it on the table. Yeah. Pass the gravy, pass the butter. Get it on the table. Secrets and lies, silence, faith, and luck. Thank you. I'm caught up in my wires here. Thank you so much. My nieces insist that it's not pass the buck, that it's pass the butter, but it is pass the buck. Pass the gravy, pass the buck. A last minute question came in right before I started, which was about gear. And I will tell you about gear. I play Casio keyboards because they have really great sounds and great feel. It's the best weighted keyboard that I've found. It feels more like a piano, and I'm not very good at playing synthesizer keys. They're too springy for me, so it needs to feel like a piano for me to play at all. And piano's not really my main drag, so it has to be accessible to me. Also, need I say more? My microphones are Audix VX10s. They are super, super high output, so you have to be careful. Pretty much almost every night on tour I get hit with feedback. But they're beautiful, beautiful mics. Audix VX10. Right now I'm using for my guitar mic, since I don't like the sound of the direct into this little mixer, I've been using my kalimba mic, which is a DPA condenser mic. It's actually sort of more of a violin mic that I don't know if you can see it here, but, well, I don't want to screw up my rig. It's a little, well, you can see it. It's this little pointer thingy, and you can clip it onto stuff pretty easily. I'm still working on my guitar sound. It's a little like harsh and thin to me so far. So working on that, but that's a DPA condenser mic that they use for violins a lot. Actually, Rebecca uses this for her cello. She used one of these for her cello last week. I am going through this little PV mixer. It's a 6-channel mixer, the PV6BT, because it has Bluetooth. In case you need Bluetooth, I have a little line out to my phone so I can play you MP3s and or those beats that I played last week that I played along with my song. What else? Oh, here, this is a great thing. For the first bunch of concerts, I was using this and just my iPhone. And so I just love how this thing sounds. It's a Shure MV88, and it plugs right into your iPhone. So for the first bunch of kitchen concerts, I was literally, this was the thing. And so that's hence the quilts and everything else to sort of help damp the sound in the kitchen, because this was picking up everything from like up here. But it's a really good shebangy if you want to stay simple. And part of me wants to just stay simple because it's so complicated. What else? My mandolin. I don't know who made my mandolin. Old Wave Instruments. William Bussman. Los Alamos, Caballo, New Mexico. Okay. My guitars are Olson guitars. James Olson, who's a Minnesota luthier, just an incredible, incredible guitar maker. James Taylor plays his guitars. I think Paul Simon has a couple. I think Sting has a couple. And I was lucky enough to get in early, and I have 2 that are desperately in need of some attention from someone who can sand down my frets, and because they're buzzing like crazy. But I think that's the gear thingy. Also, the open tunings are a whole thing, but that's we should do a whole thing about the tunings. We could do a whole concert about tunings, and half capos, which I love. These little half capos create all sorts of sonic shenanigans in your guitar. They create this weird suspension over whatever tuning you happen to be in, and it can be a great writing tool. It could be inspiring to sort of send yourself into a whole other realm with a capo or a weird tuning. So I would recommend that. So how are we doing? We probably have time for one more question and then a song. Let's see. I hope I didn't get to all of them, but oh my God, I tried. Why did you move to Minneapolis? Number 14, Amy. Why did you move to Minneapolis from New York, and how's the change been for you? It's been awesome, actually, and especially through the pandemic, it's been kind of comforting to be here and not in an apartment, in a big building in New York City, and not more scared than I am every day of going out and about and being with people. So yeah, I love it here, actually. And the summers are unbelievable. And the winters, you just have to be really serious about gearing up for it. You have to layer and be prepared, and you can't mess around with 12 below. Okay, I'm going to sing. There was another question of will you ever sing a Kevin Gilbert song? So Kevin Gilbert was a friend of mine who I toured with for a year after Plum came out. We were on the road together, and that's how I met Nick DiVirgilio, who played drums with Kevin, who then toured with me a lot, and Ingrid. We were a little trio. Nick would play drums and bass and sing at the same time. Pretty remarkable. And Nick is actually on the new record, the Sweetwater Session. So that's Nick DiVirgilio from Kevin Gilbert days and from Jonatha and Ingrid days. Anyway, Tinkerbell Puppy. I'm forgetting your name. I know your dog's name, but I wanted to know if I would ever do a Kevin Gilbert song. So I'm going to attempt a Kevin Gilbert song. And thank you so much. I thank you for your questions and your comments and your support. And thank you for buying the ticket to come to my kitchen. And I'm sure I've forgotten something. Oh, I want to send out a survey to you guys to see if you like this 2 o'clock slot, is there a better time? Would you prefer a 7 p.m. Kitchen COVID concert? I'm just sort of putting some feelers out there. Also, I will be probably offering another round of master classes starting in September. So keep your ear out for that. Please sign up on the mailing list and I will keep you posted. The mailing list is on my website, jonathabrooke.com. Also, we are starting to populate some of these Kitchen COVID concerts over onto YouTube, which apparently sounds better than other options. I won't name names, but if that's something that appeals to you, I would love it if you would join my YouTube following, subscribe to me there, and because I get credit for that. I'm just realizing I'm way behind the 8 ball on the YouTube thing, but I do get credit for people populating and listening and watching there. So I love your attention there too. So thank you so much. I'm going to do this Kevin Gilbert song. This is a song from a record called Thud, which actually my husband, Pat, is the one who introduced me to Kevin because Pat is the one who put out this record on his label when Kevin was just a young lad in Los Angeles getting going. It's called When You Give Your Love to Me. I can't really see it there, can I? Maybe I can see it over here. Just learning every day. Anyway, thank you all so much. Start again. I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for the last 3 days. I don't think that I'm deluding myself. I don't think that this is just a phase. I don't mean to shock you. I hope that I'm not rushing in. But I think this is kind of important. I don't know exactly where to begin. My whole life has been a constant ailment. You can provide a simple remedy. Yeah, I'm gonna show some vast improvement when you give your love to me. And you can trust that I'm a worthy recipient, and be assured I'll act responsibly. I'll treat it like a work of rare and priceless art when you give your love to me. How's about it, girlfriend? Am I gonna have to twist your arm? Perhaps it's not the most original concept, but it has a kind of timeless charm. You'll have the little birds flying all around your head, and you'll gaze at me dreamily. Yeah, the whole world's gonna smile and wave when you give your love to me. And I will write you 100 sonnets, and every word will rhyme easily. And all your friends will be genuinely supportive when you give your love to me. I'm sick of hearing about sadness. I'm sick of violent crime. I'm sick of old white mansplaining misogynists. And I'm sick of imperfect rhymes. I've always heard that we should love one another. What a fine example we will be. And maybe we can start a trend or something when you give your love to me. And maybe then we'll get all our friends together, and they'll all get along famously. I think that everyone will feel much better when you give your love to me. There'll be global peace and religious tolerance, all men as brothers in a world that's free, yeah. And there'll be a perfect cosmic harmonic convergence when you give your love to me. When you give your love to me. When you give your love to me. Thank you so much.